Hey everybody, welcome to Attack Gaming's Top 10 Character Customizations in MMO games. That's buy-to-play, free-to-play, subscription-based, or whatever, otherwise. So, just keep in mind though that this is not just the character creator screen. This is not just the customization that happens at the beginning of the game. We're talking about through all the way to end game. We're talking about the different spells that you're going to be using as well, spell effects. We're talking about different skins, dyes, different armors that you're going to be able to equip, weapons, and overall aesthetics too. Also, you know, it's 1 through 10, but really just, it can be mixed and matched a little bit. It's a little bit up to opinion because some games do have different appeal, Eastern-oriented, Western-oriented, medieval, sci-fi, etc., etc. Guys, let's get on with the list. Let's have some fun. Alright guys, so the first game that we're going to be talking about is World of Warcraft, and I know a lot of people are thinking like, what, character customization World of Warcraft? Well yeah, I know, it's a very old game, and the character customization is extremely base, stripped down, and simple compared to today like TERA, APB Reloaded, Black Desert especially. But the character customization is actually really good when you consider actually getting into the game, leveling up the transmogrification system that they added in where you can transmute different items to look like different items, as well just the sheer multitude of items that you get. And of course, it's gonna send it over the edge, kind of knock it out of the park here compared to other MMOs, especially free-to-play MMOs. When you consider the mount system and how huge that is, the number of pets that you can have, and also just the number of items. When you put everything together, your character can start looking really unique compared to everyone else's, depending on your journey, and that's what really matters. Character customization doesn't just matter at the very beginning. Anybody can make that kind of character, right? What really matters and how you really want to show off to everybody is your achievements, and World of Warcraft really lets you do that. Next up on our list is Elder Scrolls Online, and Elder Scrolls actually does have a really good customization because of its sliders, especially the entire series. The customization is known to be good, but Elder Scrolls Online had to tone down some of the aspects because it is an MMO, also because later on you're going to be having different mounts, different items to equip. Your character is going to be really unique outside of the starter experience, just like World of Warcraft. So Elder Scrolls Online though still keeps some of its sliders, so there is still a little bit of a skill cap in order to make your character look the way you want to. I mean, you can make them look like certain people, but to be honest, Elder Scrolls Online doesn't do as good of a job as its console counterparts, so it is a little bit dumbed down, and some games actually do sliders better, and then they still have more items, so that's why it's a little bit lower on this list. But still, for the aesthetic, it is more of a realistic, more down-to-earth aesthetic, and it does allow you to try to make the character the way that you would see fit. You also get different kinds of armor as you're leveling. You can choose different styles, from Elvish, Orcish, whatever, and so that sort of customization through leveling is actually very interesting, because in other games like World of Warcraft, everyone pretty much looks the same while leveling. It's a little bit disappointing until endgame, but Elder Scrolls Online lets you stand out right out of the gate. Alright guys, so next up we've got DC Universe Online, and this game is kind of famous for its starter experience because as soon as you get into the game, you get this huge custom character creator, and not only is it very detailed, but it's also very comical. Like, I mean, you can do so much with it, and your character just has a lot of presence with his abilities, with how he looks. I mean, it's a comic book game, and the character creator, you can make him look as corny as you want. Maybe you want him a little bit more down to earth. You can really customize how you want him to do, and if you spend more money, you can make him a little bit more unique, and trust me, as you play this game, you will be making your character look even more super awesome, maybe more villainous, maybe more heroic. Whatever you want to do in this game, you can actually you're gonna be able to stand out. Which is great, because DC Universe is a fantastic game. It's got lots of action. Being a superhero, it's all about uniquity, right? It's all about the costume. That's where the powers really come from. DC Universe Online is gonna give you that satisfaction. Okay guys, here's TERA. Now, a couple of points of why this game's customization is so good is right off the bat, as soon as you get into the game, the base customization is actually really easy to use. Very detailed, very gorgeous, really awesome and unique styles. And also, you do have finer details, finer sliders that you can adjust all over the place. So yeah, you have really unique races and classes. You're going to be having some really awesome looking armors that you can choose from. Not only is the base customization really good, but then when you get into the game, of course, being a grinding MMO, you are going to have lots of armors to choose from, different mounts, aesthetic pieces, but also because of the kind of game it is, it's going to make your customization even more impactful. This isn't a game like World of Warcraft where you're zoomed all the way out and you're basically just focusing on the UI, just focusing on numbers. No, this is an action aimed based game where you are going to be looking at the finer details. You're going to be actually looking at your opponent in PvP. You are actually going to be looking at your teammates during these encounters, these dungeons. So you're going to be noticing everything a lot more. You're going to see that Lancer's giant shield charging towards you. You're going to be seeing your teammates' Berserker's giant axe swinging around and seeing who they hit. You're going to be noticing everything, okay? And that's what's going to make the customization so good, because it's not just deep, and it's not just that there's such a plethora of things to do, but also because it's so unique, and because of the gameplay, it makes it even more impactful. And next we have Guild Wars 2, and basically what makes this game so good with its customization, the dye system. The dye system allows you to change the colors of your armors in pretty good detail as well. Different trimmings, different base colors, etc, etc. But then you can also collect different colored dyes, even all the way to gradient dyes to make you kind of look like orange to yellow, kind of glowiness. Maybe you want a glowy green, maybe you want pitch abyss black. There's lots of time-limited items that you need to collect and be on, so the game rewards you for consistently playing, and also you get lots of skins for doing really treacherous events, going out and doing these dungeons, completing dungeons. You get the dungeon-specific armor sets, just like World of Warcraft. So this game rewards you for your adventures, for playing consistently, and also it just gives you an awesome amount of base customization, which World of Warcraft does not. Yeah, you don't have mounts, but because of the amount of customization, it really makes the game just a little bit addicting, and it's really awesome to keep coming back and seeing what kind of different skins that we can get for our great swords and the such. And we have WILDSTAR. WILDSTAR is a AAA title, and it's just simply amazing. It's got a huge amount of depth. You have lots of armors that you can equip and transmogrify. You also have the island system where you can customize an island, have your own little system going on there. You have your own little house parties if you want to have it. Yeah, you can have custom houses. There's a lot of customization, guys, different mounts, etc, etc, but what's so cool, what I really love about WILDSTAR is its character. It's got so much character, it's so cartoony, that whatever character that you make, it's gonna pop. You're gonna have so much color, and it's so cool because actually creating a character is really easy. All the different presets that they have are just really awesome, and it's just really easy to use, but they also have lots of different sliders, and because it is so comical and so cartoony, just like DC Universe Online, everything just has like a little bit of zing to it, and it's freaking awesome. You can get in, you can have fun with this game, and it's just really easy to stand out. WILDSTAR is probably the easiest game to just simply stand out in. It's really easy to get in, use the presets, its sliders, and all that. And while it might not be completely the deepest customization, it's overall the easiest and most colorful, hands down. And here we have AION. Now, AION doesn't have a huge selection of classes or races, but what it does have is lots and lots of sliders. But also, the gameplay itself is really centered around a cosmetic experience. You have a very social experience with this game. It's not exactly known for its action combat, so yeah, it's a little bit more on the social side. Honestly, that's it. It's just got lots and lots of sliders, so you can make your person look as crazy as possible. You can actually remake some characters, but it still doesn't have quite the customization as what comes up next on our list. Next up on the list, we have APB Reloaded, which is hands down the most customization that you're gonna get for free. I mean, as soon as you start the game, you literally have control over different lengths of parts of your hair. It goes in so much depth. You can change physique, you can literally sculpt every part of your character, make them look the way that you want. However, it's not like you're gonna have different classes, and you're not gonna have different races to have such a unique aesthetic like we do in WILDSTAR, but still, for humanoid characters, you're gonna have the most control over your character at the start of the game than any other game as of yet, except for maybe Black Desert when that comes out. But still, even then, when you actually get into the game, you still have further customization. Everything that you do earns you money, and that money all goes to customization. Literally every reward for this game is just customization. It's just cosmetic. You can even customize cars. Forget getting different mounts, you literally can customize and pimp out a car. Like seriously, that's kind of legit, that's kind of awesome. So APB Reloaded, from the start to finish, it's just all about the cosmetics. Star Wars The Old Republic gets a mention here because it's a massive game, it's a massive MMO, and it takes a really personal approach, which is really uncommon for MMOs. You have this really story-driven game where your character is put front and center, and so you're constantly seeing your character, what he looks like, and especially with your party members. I mean, normally MMOs, that's what it's all about, is showing off your different loots and everything, but it's so cool that the camera is pointed at you during the story missions, and so that's why it's getting a mention here. But, a couple of things to mention. If you are a free-to-play member, you actually don't get access to all the races. You do get the 4 base classes, and it's really interesting that those classes then level up and evolve into different classes later on. But if you are a free-to-play member, and if we just really recognize this game for its free-to-play components, it honestly wouldn't even be on this list. So if you really want to have a unique character, spend a little bit of money on this game, and you can have a truly novel experience with your character showing off and everything like that. But if you just use the free-to-play customization, it's just a bunch of presets. It is more probably than World of Warcraft, but definitely nowhere near the level of outstanding comicalness that we would see in DC Universe Online or WILDSTAR or World of Warcraft. So if you're free to play, really not worth a try here, but if you do spend some money, it's definitely worth. And now we have Arcade, which really for the base customization isn't too great. All the customization pretty much comes afterhand, but you do have a couple of sliders to use in the advanced options for your base creator. But other than that, not too many presets and, like I said, not too many races to really customize. However, this game does allow for a huge amount of depth with customization with different wardrobes, armors, and especially with its class customization, it's pretty ridiculous the different kinds of spell combinations that you can equip. Also, it's a game about building up stuff. I mean, farms, raising animals, having houses, customizing houses, building boats, maybe castles. The whole game is basically about customization, and it's a very social experience overall. So yeah, base customization, not that great, it's well enough, but really it's all about the end game, getting out there and building up your character and its kingdom to follow. Thank you so much for watching. Please check us back out at MMOATK.com for lots of news, articles, first impressions, and all sorts of amazing stuff. And remember to like and subscribe our YouTube channel so we can keep coming out with these awesome contents. Top 10s, obviously an included part of the said content. So, again, thanks for watching. I bow to you, give you a clap, and hopefully you all appreciate us just as we appreciate you. See you again later.
You get to put something in your mouth again.
Can I put it in my hand first?
No. You know how this works.
Oh
I shove it in your mouth.
Please choose your words wisely.
Okay. Lean back.
Oh, what?
Well,